హలో హాయ్ ఒక సినిమా నటిగా మనందరికీ తెలిసిన ఈ అమ్మాయి అంతకు మించి మరెన్నో రంగాల్లో విజయం సాధించింది. హిట్ 2తో మరొక సక్సెస్ తన అకౌంట్లో వేసుకుంది అంతే. సో ఐ హ్యావ్ దిస్ బ్యూటిఫుల్ అండ్ టాలెంటెడ్ యాక్టర్ మీనాక్షి చౌదరి ఆన్ మై ఛానల్ ప్రేమ ది జర్నలిస్ట్. హాయ్ మీనాక్షి.
Hi Prema garu. Thank you so much for having me.
మీ పేరులాగే మీ కళ్ళు కూడా మీనాక్షి లాగా
అవును.
పుట్టగానే మీ నాన్న అది చూసి పెట్టేశారా ఏంటి?
I get that a lot.
కదా?
Yeah.
అండ్ ఇట్స్ జస్ట్ లైక్
It is.
నిజంగా చేప కళ్ళ సుందరి అంటారుగా.
Thank you.
ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ కంగ్రాచులేషన్.
Thank you.
వండర్ఫుల్ ఫిలిం.
Thank you.
అండ్ జనరల్గా అన్ని సినిమాల్లో ఒక లాంచ్ ప్యాడ్గా వచ్చే ఏ అమ్మాయి అయినా ఫుల్ టు గ్లామర్ రోల్స్తో స్టార్ట్ చేస్తారు.
అవును.
యూ ఆల్సో స్టార్టెడ్ దట్ వే 1 or 2 films, but hit had a predominantly
Right.
role for you.
Right.
You were able to perform.
Right,
అంటే కొంచెం ఒక మీనింగ్ఫుల్ సబ్స్టాన్షియల్ రోల్ ఉంది మీకు ఆ సినిమాలో.
Correct.
సో హౌ డు యూ ఫీల్ అబౌట్ దాట్ ఫస్ట్?
No, definitely చాలా grateful గా ఉంది for the opportunity and also for the success.
Yeah.
ఎందుకంటే all hard work pays off and the audiences love it. It's the best feeling as an actor. And like you said, I mean, starting off, making your way, trying to see what works, what doesn't, being an outsider, it's a new industry.
Correct.
Kotta industry, kotta environment undi. So you kind of figure out, okay, probably this is working out, this isn't, maybe let's try this. Kani, one predominant thought na mind lo was always there was that I want to do good work.
Okay.
So for me, the priority has always been good content, and melaga you get to work with good directors. Slowly they get to know, okay, she can act, okay, she looks the part. Okay, probably she can pick it up also. So I think that's where I'm starting in. So with Hit 2, I think that just seals the deal.
Yes.
With the whole look towards
Correct.
the characters also.
Yeah, especially the climax scene.
Absolutely.
Kada?
Actually, it's my favorite full film lo. Yeah.
అక్కడ మీకు చాలా స్కోప్ ఉంది. అంటే యూ కెన్ రియలీ యూ మస్ట్ బి రియలీ థ్యాంక్ఫుల్ ఫర్ దట్ పర్టిక్యులర్.
Absolutely. I have to thank Sailesh for writing such a beautiful character. And Arya is a very beautiful character, and the only positive in the film, and if you look at it that way, Kani is central part. You see that in the climax.
Correct.
And normally thrillers lo takwa scope undi for a female protagonist to have that, because it's mostly thriller driven, content driven. But in that also, to write a great character and to give it importance, to hold its guard and to present it beautifully, that is Sailesh's magic. And he's done a fab job.
సో హౌ డు యూ ఫీల్ జనరలీ మీనాక్షి? అంటే ఇప్పుడు సినిమాల్లోకి వచ్చారు, బట్ నాకు మీ లైఫ్ గురించి కొంచెం బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ వెళ్తే ఐ గాట్ టు నో సో మెనీ వండర్ఫుల్ థింగ్స్ అబౌట్ యూ. అండ్ ఇట్స్ యాక్చువల్లీ ఐ ఫీల్ సో నైస్ సిట్టింగ్ హియర్ టాకింగ్ టు యూ ఈరోజు మీ ముందు కూర్చొని. ఎందుకంటే ప్రతి ఒక్కళ్ళకు కూడా చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి ఏవో ఒక కళలు ఉంటాయి. అంటే మనం ఇది అవ్వాలి, అది అవ్వాలి, ఏదో చేయాలి, అది సాధించాలి అని మనం అట్లా పెరుగుతాము. అండ్ కమింగ్ ఫ్రమ్ ఆర్మీ బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్, అవి ఇంకా ఎక్కువ ఉంటాయి. బికాస్ మీకు స్కోప్, స్పేస్ కొంచెం ఎక్కువ ఉంటుంది అన్ని నేర్చుకోవటానికి, అన్ని చాలా చాలా ఆర్ట్స్ లో టు లెర్న్ ఆర్ టు ఎక్స్ప్లోర్. మీకున్నంత అవైలబిలిటీ ఆర్ ఇట్ ఈస్ మోర్ దెన్ ఎనీబడి ఎల్స్ ఐ కెన్ సే. బికాస్ మీకు చాలా చాలా ప్లేసెస్కి వెళ్తుంటారు, ఎన్నో ప్లేసెస్ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్స్ అవుతుంటాయి మీ ఫాదర్ కి. సో హౌ వాజ్ ద చైల్డ్హుడ్ learning so many things?
Right. Ante I have to say that like you said, ante correct ga cheppali, it's very important to get the opportunities, but because I come from an army background, we were already given that.
Correct.
We were already surrounded by so many opportunities and placements, because in the army background, wherever you go into, it's a new culture. So the adaptability comes in. So I learned to adapt with every new posting we were going in, wherever that was. And with that comes in making friends. I am actually a complete introvert.
అవునా?
So it's a very funny thing because being on stage, it does not look like that. When I'm talking to people and interviews it's a very different version of me.
Okay.
Funny, this was not me. I have really come out of my way and come out of my comfort zone to be this person today. But like you said, opportunities were there, and but I was also very willing to do it.
Yes,
I'm a go-getter. So you call it sports, okay, I want to try sports. You want to try studies, okay, I want to go and I want to study also. So I was always that very serious, very nice kid who parents would be like, okay, do this, I would do that. But that also came in from myself. Because I felt like every opportunity that I'm getting, my father comes from a very small village. We come from, my father is the first directly commissioned officer from his village. I'm the first doctor.
From his village?
Yes.
And I think also from your family, కదా?
Yes,
మీ
from my
ఫ్యామిలీలో కూడా అంతకు ముందు ఎవరు లేరు.
Absolutely.
మీ నాన్నగారే ఫస్ట్.
Yes. So, it's like a big thing for our family to do that. And our father has taken us out of that space. So, for me, I feel like it's a responsibility. If I'm given an opportunity, I want to take it. I want to grab it and make the most of it. And so that's been my ambition ever since I was a child. So, playing sports, I got to play state level swimming, state level badminton. Then I was always into extracurriculars, be it debating or trying something new. I finished as good in studies also.
Yeah.
So I think for me, the balance is always been, I'm confused what to do because I've done so much.
Correct.
So that's been a thing.
Yeah. బట్ ఒక 20 ఏళ్ల అమ్మాయి, అంటే ఎన్నో డ్రీమ్స్ ఆస్పిరేషన్స్తో ఉన్న ఒక అమ్మాయి సడన్లీ షీ హ్యాస్ టు సీ ద డెత్ ఆఫ్ ఫాదర్. అంటే అది ఇట్ విల్ షేక్ యువర్ వరల్డ్. బికాజ్ అది ఏదో అంటే ఎప్పుడో చాలా ఓల్డ్ ఏజ్లో పోయారు అంటే స్టిల్ ఓకే ఫైన్ అని అనుకోవచ్చు. అంటే సరే ఇట్ ఈస్ దేర్, డెత్ ఈస్ ఇన్ఎవిటబుల్ కాబట్టి.
Absolutely.
బట్ ఇట్స్ సచ్ అ యంగ్ ఏజ్, యూ లూజ్ యువర్ ఫాదర్ అండ్ దెన్ ఫ్యూచర్ అంతా చాలా ఉంది. You will get stuck somewhere.
Right.
It is very horrifying and disturbing.
Right.
So etla deal chesaru Meenakshi that particular phase of your life? Actually what happened?
Yeah, I think I was in my third year of college, dental college, and when he passed away, I was 20 years old. So that happened, and nobody plans on this to happen. I saw my father for 5 years struggling. He had brain tumor.
అప్పటికి ముందే 5 ఏళ్ల నుంచి.
Yes. So we would see him go to radiotherapies, chemotherapies, try everything that we could, whatever medical treatment, you name it, and we tried it. But I think it reached a point wherein you also know that, okay, there is nothing that can be done. So you count the days of how long they are with you. But you still are never prepared for it. You know it's going to happen, but you do not, you can't tell yourself that, okay, this is going to happen. So for me, I was very attached to my father. I was very close to my father. In fact, my mom would say that, she's like a proper father's daughter only. Every time I would only be saying daddy, 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 in that space. So it's a very, I was in a very depressed state, I would say, because I did not know what to do. And so that happened in January, and 3 months I had my exams. And I could not study. I could not concentrate.
Yeah.
It was just the thoughts that were coming in. So I thought I'll take a year gap from my college. So my mom saw this and she's like, okay, this is going in another direction now because we already are going through something. I don't want her to, sacrifice on a space and get affected by it because there is no going back from that. So she said, why don't you distract yourself? Why don't you do something that will occupy your mind for some time? I said, what should I do? And she said, go for Miss India. Because she always knew that I had this dream of being a Miss India.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I always wanted to be a doctor, Miss India, and an IAS officer. I always had these 3 things that I wanted to do. So right after I got a college admission, okay, I was like doctorate tick mark.
Okay.
And so I thought I'll go for Miss India once I graduate, once I finish my studies. But I was in 3rd year when she said that, why don't you go for it? And I did not plan on anything. I did not even know what to do, but I just went with it, one after the other, from state auditions, zonals to nationals to international. It just happened. So I think it was meant to be. Yeah. Probably it was one way of dealing with it. So I think for me, I did not get the time to fully grasp it, but I'm truly grateful for the journey I've had. Yeah.
But Meenakshi, me kani, me mother kani, how did you garner that strength? Because as I said, it's not easy. మనం ఎంత ప్రిపేర్డ్గా ఉన్నా కూడా మన సొంత కుటుంబంలోని ఒక వ్యక్తి మన నుంచి దూరం అయిపోతున్నారు అంటే ఆ బాధ వేరే లెవెల్లో ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, యూ విల్ డీల్ విత్ ఇట్, బట్ విత్ దట్ స్ట్రెంగ్త్ హౌ డిడ్ యూ డీల్? అండ్ మీ మదర్, ఐ థింక్ ఐ షుడ్ రియలీ సెల్యూట్ హర్. అంటే ఒక పక్కన అంత లాస్, మరో పక్కన షీఈస్ గార్నరింగ్ స్ట్రెంగ్త్ అండ్ షీ సేయింగ్ you go and pursue your life.
Definitely, she's the strongest lady I know, the strongest person. I think I get my strength from her. Indukante she also comes from a very modest background, very simple background, and she wished that she studied more, but she could not because of whatever limitations her family had at the time. So for her to say that, to send her daughter away, say that, go for it, go for your dreams, do not wait for anything, and I will handle it. In fact, there were a lot of people, because it's a very conservative background that I come from, she got a lot of backlash for it, saying that, now that your husband is no more, you're putting your daughter into this, like, it was that sort of mentality. She had to fight through that to support me. So I know the stakes were very high. Imagine if that would have not happened. But I'm truly grateful to her. It is because of her that I'm here today. It is because of her I am what I am. And the strength that I get is because of her. So if she wasn't there, I don't think I would have been able to get out of it.
Yeah, I know.
Definitely.
No, because looking at you and understanding you, మీ గురించి చదివిన తర్వాత నాకు తెలిసిన ఈ విషయాలు ఏంటి, ఒకటి మీది విలేజ్ బ్యాక్ డ్రాప్, ఫాదర్ అండ్ మదర్, అండ్ మదర్ ఎక్కువ చదువుకోలేదు, కన్జర్వేటివ్ ఫ్యామిలీ, అండ్ father suddenly dies, and suddenly a mother says you go pursue your dreams అంటే చుట్టుపక్కల వాళ్ళు ముందు ఓకే మీరు అన్నట్టు ఏ సివిల్ సర్వీసెస్ లేకపోతే ఇంకేదో అంటే ఓ గుడ్ 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 అంటారు ఎవరైనా సరే, ఈ చదువు కోసమో లేకపోతే ఇంకేదన్నా అంటే. బ్యూటీ ఇండస్ట్రీ, మోడలింగ్, యాక్టింగ్, స్టిల్ ఇన్ సమ్ పార్ట్స్ ఆఫ్ అవర్ కంట్రీ దట్ ఈస్ వెరీ నాట్ అ ఫీల్డ్ టు గో ఫర్. సో వెంటనే తెలిసే వై యూర్ సెండింగ్ యువర్ డాటర్, ఇక రకరకాలు మాట్లాడుకుంటారు. సో డీలింగ్ విత్ దీస్ థింగ్స్, how was it? You were very young,
Yeah. I was 20 years old when like all of this happened. Yes. My life transformed.
Yes. So ee confusion, ee conflict ella deal chesaru meeru as a family?
I think my family, my younger brother and my mother were very supportive. They were like, you go for it, we will handle the rest. It was that gave me the confidence, because they had also lost a family member. She lost a husband, my brother lost a father, I lost a father. But for them to put my needs and dreams and wants in front of everything else is something that I feel like I'm very grateful for. And also, like, how to deal with it, I don't know how we dealt with it, because he was the only earning member of our family, and we did not know what to do after that. I was still in college, my younger brother is in college. He was in fact giving his 12th exams at the time. So it just happened so that I think it is a very unfortunate thing, but I think we had to go through that to be able to be where we are. You cannot control the consequences, but you can control how you react to it.
Right.
So I think that is what I learned from it. And I also learned that, life is so unexpected. You never know.
Correct.
We make so many plans leaving that, acha, once we are 50, we'll do this, we'll do that. We never know when the end is coming. We don't know that. So live every day to the fullest. Do what you want to do. Live all your dreams. Try everything and don't have a regret. So I think that is a big eye-opening thing for me, which I learned.
But all said and done, it's nice to know that you are living your dream and your dad's dream.
Right.
So that, I think he must be really happy wherever he is.
No, absolutely. In fact, he named me Meenakshi after his favorite actress, Meenakshii Chaudhary.
Oh, okay.
So I'm pretty sure he had no idea, because Meenakshii Chaudhary was also a Miss India.
Okay.
And then she also became an actor. So I'm pretty sure my father had no idea that his daughter is also going to do that. But it's crazy. It's uncanny how it.
Ade order lo elipothunaru.
Exactly. Correct. So yeah, it just happened. So I think he knew it already.
Yeah. So tell me about this modeling. Ante eppudaithe beauty pageant ki velalanukunnaru, modeling ki velalanukunnaru, oka ante asalu aa field gurinchi ఏ మాత్రం అవగాహన లేని ఒక అమ్మాయి, how did you learn all these? Ante the tricks of the trade, ante looking good and dressing yourself, maintaining your physique, idanni it's not that easy.
True.
ఒకటి దానికి ఖర్చు ఎక్కువ అవుతుంది. It is expensive affair. రెండోది you need to be very strong inside. So to be able to do all this.
Right.
So how did that happen?
I think you will not believe me when I tell you that I was a complete tomboy before Miss India. So whatever you see right now, the polished, very, sophisticated version of me is all because of Miss India training.
Avuna?
Absolutely. I am somebody who's into sports, like fully, like, wearing oversized clothes, and I'm very academically driven. So for me, how I look, what am I wearing does not matter, because that is not the school of thought I came from.
Okay.
For me, it was more about performance. It was more about what is it that you can do based on your caliber and potential. That is what I have always grown up seeing, my father, people around me. So based on how you are, what you are, whatever said and done, the industry, film industry, modeling industry is more or less about part of on how you are,
exactly,
which is an important part of the industry. How you look, how you maintain yourself. So that is something that I had to learn. I did not know how to wear makeup. I did not know how to do hair. I did not know how to walk in heels. So all of that I had to learn with the training of Miss India.
Not just walking, catwalk.
Exactly. And act as if you just like, you've done this your whole life. Because I'm 5'8", I never wore heels. I never needed to wear heels. So, all of those things were new experiences for me. But having said that, it has its own set of challenges. There is a lot of rejection, and because the validation comes from how you look, how you are, is something that I did not understand. Because for me, it's more about, but I can do this. Why does it have to be based on how I look? So that was a thought I had to fight initially. And later on, you understand that, okay, this is something I've been given. I'm gifted because of my parents, thanks to them. But what more can I do to enhance it and put it into the industry, which is what this industry is. It's more about what you look, but also what you're capable of. So balance it out. So I think that is something that I learned throughout the journey of modeling. And modeling was mainly just to earn money so that I could pay rent while I was in Bombay.
Right.
I just started like that. I had no other means and ways. I took a year gap from college. So I was thinking, what should I do? And I was getting a lot of opportunities for modeling. So I said, okay, let's do that. And earning also, when you're 20, 21, you're earning good money.
Right.
Obviously, it's like, I'm enjoying this. All you have to do is just pose in front of the camera and you're getting good money, So for me, because dentistry is too hard, you have to study all the time. And, it's still a lot of studying. So I was like, this is easy. This is great. So I continued, and then I got acting opportunities. So yeah, that's how.
బట్ నాకు సర్ప్రైజింగ్ గా ఉంది ఏంటంటే ఒక టామ్ బాయ్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ అ పర్సన్ లో ఒక అందమైన అమ్మాయిని మీ అమ్మాయి ఎలా చూసింది అంటే నా మీనింగ్ హౌ డిడ్ షీ ఎవర్ ఈవెన్ ఆమెకు ఆ విజన్ ఎక్కడి నుంచి వచ్చింది దట్ యూ కెన్ contest and win the
my mother was the happiest. Finally I can call her like, okay, she dresses up like a woman now, because I was always dressed up like a boy. I would even go to the men's section to shop.
Oh my God.
I was like that. I am telling you, you will not believe me when I say that. I was a complete opposite of what you see right now. And I think in a way that helped me, because for me, looks weren't very important growing up. Because I never paid attention. So for me, that is okay, one thing, but the other thing is, what can I do? What am I capable of? How can I increase my potential? How can I work on my personality? Because that was more important for me at the time. So then I think whatever happens, you learn to groom yourself.
Yes.
So once that happened, I'm okay. Now I know I have to do this also. Yeah.
But what according to you is beauty, Meenakshi? Because మనం చాలా ఇటువంటి బ్యూటీ పేజెంట్ కాంటెస్ట్ చూస్తుంటాం, కాంపిటీషన్స్. ఎంతోమంది అమ్మాయిలు అందంగా తయారవుతారు, మంచిగా దే డూ దేర్ హెయిర్, మేకప్, దేర్ బాడీ, దేర్ ఫిజిక్, దేర్ దే వాక్, ద స్టైల్, ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఇస్ ఫ్యాబ్యులస్. బట్ సమ్ టైమ్స్ దేర్ ఆర్ ది అదర్ గర్ల్స్ హూ ఫీల్, మీరు నాకు అన్నట్టు, అరే నేను బాగానే ఉన్నాను కదా అని అనుకునే అమ్మాయిలు కూడా ఉంటారు చాలా మంది. బట్ వాళ్ళకి ఆ కాన్ఫిడెన్స్ రాదు టు గో దేర్ అండ్ బీ దేర్ యాక్చువల్లీ. సో వాట్ అకార్డింగ్ టు యూ ఇస్ ద బ్యూటీ ఆఫ్ అ వుమన్? మీరేమనుకుంటారు?
Definitely, I think beauty of a woman has got nothing to do how you are. Beauty is a very subjective and relative term. But what does define a person is how you are on the inside. When I say it, I just don't mean it like how you're on the inside. It's about how do you treat people? How do people think of you when your name comes in or when you walk in? That is beauty. When people look at you, there is this radiance that comes in, Yes. I, by all means, won't say that I'm the most beautiful, but I do know for a fact that when I walk into a room, it is how I am with people and how they think about me is what makes it beautiful. And any which ways, this is going to fade in. In your 40s, 50s, you won't be the same person you are. I won't look the same.
Correct.
How can you still call a person beautiful? Because it's not about how they look, but who they are. And I think that for me is more important.
Yeah.
And that is beauty for me. And that is actually beauty.
Yes,
That is what it is. It's not about how you look.
Right.
It's about who you are.
సో మీరు స్టేజ్ మీద మీ ఫెలో కంటెస్టెంట్స్ అంతమంది అందమైన అమ్మాయిల మధ్య హౌ ఆర్ యూ ఫీలింగ్ ఆన్ ద డే ఆఫ్ ద అంటే ఫైనల్ డే వేర్ ది అనౌన్స్మెంట్ వాజ్ హ్యాపెనింగ్ హూ ఇస్ మిస్ ఇండియా అని అన్నప్పుడు మీకు ఏమనిపించింది మీనాక్షి at that point of time?
Honestly, at that time, I was so tired and exhausted because we had so many rehearsals. We knew where to go, what to do. Okay, now this is this. Oh, we reached top 12. Oh, we reached top 5. Okay, now it's going to be top 3. You know, so it was like more or less so much of rehearsals had been done. It felt like I'd done this before. But when you're on stage, with me, what happens is I do not think. When I'm on stage, I'm just in the moment. I'm just enjoying it like an audience is seeing it. So I take myself out and I'm like watching it from a third person's, you know, point of view. Because I feel like the more stress you give yourself,
I know.
The less of you is going to be there. Because it's the nervousness that takes over. So I feel like that is something I trained myself to do from my school days only. When you are there, just do what you're supposed to do and don't think extra. What is going to happen? Are we going to win? Am I going to win? I came here to win. I will go through it. I will finish it and reach the finish line. You know?
Okay.
Whatever happens is not in my hands, but I've done my best.
బట్ విన్నర్ కొంచెంలో తప్పిపోయింది అని మీరు డిసప్పాయింట్ అయ్యారా?
Not really, because I'll tell you, like I said, I didn't even expect. Miss India happened at that point in life, which was the lowest phase of my life.
Exactly. So this is a bonus.
This was a bonus. I saw my mother make her way to the crowd and she was crying, but those were tears of happiness.
Yeah.
After me seeing her cry, you know, like for the loss we've had, this was a great thing, something to celebrate and enjoy.
Correct.
You know, so for me, anything at that time that happened was a bonus. Wow. That entire year was a bonus for me. I think it was another form of life I got. So I have no regrets whatsoever. Whatever I got was a gift and I took it from God. You know, it was like that.
అండ్ చూడండి కొన్ని అన్ని అంటే ఎంత ఇన్సిడెంటల్గా చాలా సర్ప్రైజింగ్గా జరుగుతుంటాయి కొన్ని లైఫ్లో మనకి. మిమ్మల్ని అడిగిన 2 ప్రశ్నలు మిస్ ఇండియా అప్పుడు అండ్ మిస్ ఇంటర్నేషనల్ రెండు చోట్ల సో వెరీ రిలేటెడ్ టు యూ కదా?
Absolutely.
2 క్వశ్చన్స్.
Correct.
Did you get surprised? అంటే అరే what is this? అంటే you belong to the army. I mean army backdrop and you get a question like that.
Right. No, definitely. I think it's like when it's meant to happen, it happens, no? Like divine intervention.
Exactly.
And I believe in that. I'm a firm believer of manifestation and believing in the energies. So I think when you put it out in the universe, things do fall in place.
Right.
And I also feel like what you get is great, what you don't get is even better. It is definitely for the betterment of your journey of where you're supposed to be meant to be. So whatever questions were asked were, I answered them truthfully. I answered them with all honesty in what I believe in it, and that is the reason people still love me. And those answers, I still see it on
You
Instagram.
remember those 2?
Yeah, I do. One was what is the most challenging part of your life and what you learned from it, which was my father passing away and what it taught me. And the other was wherein I answered that we should not fight with like each other and fight against bigger things in life, because underneath every skin color runs the same color of blood, which is red. So and I don't know how
then
that
one more also followed.
Yes, there was
which country ki veltaru meeru gelichina tarvata anisi.
So
all are so very related to your life.
Absolutely. I don't know how that happened, but I think it's just it's like your destiny taking you and you following it.
Right.
So yeah.
So how did this film chance happen? Ante idi kuda was in your bucket list?
Never.
Or what? Actually you said 3 పేర్లు 3 చెప్పారు. IAS,
doctor,
dentistry,
and Miss India.
Miss India.
Yeah.
సో ఈ 3వది పక్కన పెట్టేసి యాక్టింగ్ వైపు
అసలు I never thought, this wasn't even in my mind, not even top 10. It's like, I'm telling you, when I say my life, it's like a divine intervention of things that has happened. It was actually one of the acting workshops I did during my modeling days.
I think your dad must be sitting there and just diversion. He just diverted.
I truly believe that. I think he's like my guardian angel who's just guiding me through, because he knows it better. And I truly believe that. So I think that's just how it has happened. But what I have done is, I have always received every opportunity that came my way with open arms. I do not get reluctant over it.
That's wonderful.
If an opportunity knocks my door, I will open it and I will try and go for it. that is something that I was very sure of. Even if I've never tried it, even if I've never done it, I do know for a fact that I want to try it and not have a regret of not going for it. So that is the reason probably I am where I am.
You're 25 or 75?
I know, it looks like that. People say that.
So spiritual, deep philosophy.
Yeah. It's like my 5 years of my life have just completely transformed me.
That's amazing, Meenakshi. It's so nice talking to you like this.
Thank you.
So how did films happen then?
Yeah, so I was doing a lot of acting workshops because I was like, if I have to get into acting, I want to know if I can even act. I need to know if, what is there in acting. So I did a lot of workshops, and one such workshop was where my partner was Sushant.
What?
So, and what are the odds? That is the first workshop that he did in Mumbai. And I did not know who he was.
So, Meeru Sushant oka workshop lo kalusukunnara.
So I met him at a workshop wherein we both were made partners, and we both had to so there are partners that are made in the workshop.
Right.
So we had to do a lot of scenes together, and wherein our acting abilities were tested. And nobody introduces anybody in the classroom. That is on the last day. So on the last day, got to know that I'm a Miss India, and I got to know that he's an actor. So that's when, and it was one such day when he asked me that, oh, do you mind doing films in languages which is not yours, like a Telugu film or a Tamil film? I said, I want to act as long as I'm getting to act, I'm okay to do films. I just want to act. So cut to acting workshop tarvata. 6 months later, I get a call saying that, we saw your audition tapes. I said, which audition tapes? So they said, no, we saw it at an acting workshop. So he took my audition class workshop tapes as an audition tape and showed it to the director.
Oh, good. So you need not do again another audition.
That's all. So I said, oh, okay. So he saw those auditions, the workshop, things that we did. And I got a call and he said, I think you're perfect for the role. We've seen your acting and we think you're right. We just need to do a look test. Will you be flying down to Hyderabad? I said, okay. And that's how I got my first film. So it just happened.
Wonderful, like that, super. And మీ సినిమాలన్నీ డ్యూరింగ్ కోవిడ్.
During COVID,
exactly.
Yes. So right before the next wave, like I think it was the third or second wave that hit again, is when my first film released, and then right after that, when the theaters opened, it was when my second film released. So I couldn't even see the whole promotion that I did with Hit 2 because we weren't allowed to go out. There was no promotions and all of that. It was only interviews and lives that were happening. So I think but I had to have those experiences to use that in Hit 2.
Right.
So I think everything aligned the right time, the right way it had to. I had to go through those challenges to be able to learn and use this here.
Right.
So, yeah.
So, but how was it actually acting in Telugu industry? Ante I'm sure till then you might not have ever, even seen a Telugu film. If I'm not wrong.
No, I saw a lot of them. Hindi dubbed. So there's this channel, Setmax, wherein you used to have all the Telugu and Tamil dubbed films.
Oh, so you see.
Hindi. Yeah. My family, they've seen Ravi Teja films. I have seen Ravi Teja films. I never thought I'll be acting beside him, So
did you tell him?
I did. I said, you know what? I saw your films and I'm acting with you. So he was also laughing about it. But that just happened like that. But whatever said and done, I think I had not dreamt of my acting debut any other way but in the industry. Telugu industry is that one industry that I think gives you an opportunity based purely on your talent. They're very welcoming and they're non-judgmental. Where I come from, what I do. Okay, if you think you're fit for a role, if you think, we will give you an opportunity. We will take the chance. We will put the money on you to give you that opportunity and see. I don't think any other industry does that. I've not seen that. Telugu industry is the reason we have so many other actresses who started from here. That is the reason. They take the chance to be able to try new talent, and that is the reason it's thriving and successful and original.
Right.
So, yeah.
And now Telugu industry is like becoming pan India, pan world. ఇంతకు ముందు ఏంటంటే ఇక్కడ యాక్ట్ చేసి హీరోయిన్స్ అందరూ అక్కడ బాలీవుడ్కి వెళ్ళి అక్కడ చేసేవాళ్ళు. ఇప్పుడు అక్కడ
ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ
ఇక్కడికే వచ్చేస్తున్నారు. They don't want to act anywhere else.
Absolutely. So you do understand the power and the dynamics have changed. So now it's only the content that drives it. And there is no Collywood or Tollywood or Bollywood. It is Indian cinema because the audiences are thriving on good content. It does not matter what language it is in. They will pay the ticket to go to a theater if they think the film is good. It does not matter what language it is. So that is a great revelation that has happened post-COVID, I believe.
Yes.
Because during COVID times, there was so much of OTT content. I ended up watching so many other languages, films, and I didn't know they existed. So I think that has changed the whole game of cinema in our country right now.
Correct.
And if it is a good film, it does not matter small budget, big budget, which language, it will
Which
do
actor
well.
also. I think the content drives.
It is the content driven now, so which is a great thing, which has given us an opportunity to try more things,
బట్ మీనాక్షి ఇప్పుడు ఒకటేంటంటే మీ సినిమాలన్నీ కోవిడ్ డ్యూరింగ్ కోవిడ్ పోస్ట్ కోవిడ్ అట్లా రిలీజ్ అయినాయి. రెండోది ప్రమోషన్స్ లేవు. మూడోది మీరు ఒక వెబ్ సిరీస్ లో కూడా చేసినట్టున్నారు, ఒక సమ్ 2 seasons of web series. But what do you genuinely say? I mean, do you think where you noticed, అంటే అక్కడ ఒక వెబ్ సిరీస్ చేసినా, ఇక్కడ 2 సినిమాలు చేసినా, హిట్ 2తో వచ్చినంత రికగ్నిషన్ నోటీస్ మీకు ఆ 3 సినిమాలతో అంతగా రాలేదని నాకు అనిపిస్తుంది. వాట్ డూ యూ హ్యావ్ టు సే?
No, definitely. I think every actor has a journey wherein it's one film that changes their life forever. And every actor has had that. There is one film after which there is no looking back. So I think for me also my journey is on a similar path. It has been 1.5 year that I've been in this industry, already doing 5 films and like 7 acting projects if you count the web show that I did for Hindi. So in such a short time to be able to see so much, and it also after COVID. So that is also a new thing for everybody, not just for me. I entered at that time, but even the ones who were in the industry didn't know what to do, So I think definitely the dynamics have changed in my career with Hit 2, being because the amount of people who've called in Arya when they see me. I have not had that with my first 2 films. Yes, they were respectable films. Yes, I did my job. Yes, I got to it. But it is only Hit 2 that has given me the recognition, to be in a space where I'm like, okay, I think now from here on what I do is going to be seen. Because people know me now. So yeah, definitely it is that.
ఎందుకంటే ఎంత చెప్పినా కూడా మొదటి సినిమా సుశాంత్ ఆ సినిమా అట్లాగే వెళ్ళిపోతుంది. రెండోది రవితేజ సినిమా అని అంటారు. సో ఐ థింక్ హిట్ 2 యూనివర్స్ హ్యాస్ ఓపెన్డ్ అప్ దర్ గేట్స్ వేర్ it's about the director, about the hero, about the heroine, about the other characters. It's like andaru noticeable.
Correct.
Even the forensic girl, and also the other police cop, that lady.
Yes, both Pavani and Komali.
Wonderful.
I think it's because Sailesh's ideology of how he writes women characters is so sorted and sophisticated that every character in the film you'll see has importance. Nobody is there just for the sake of it. Every character has some important part to play, which is the beauty of the film. As an actor you would want to be that. As an actor you would want to play a role that drives the film somewhere. And every character in the film in Hit 2 had that. So I think for everybody to say that we're a part of Hit 2 is in itself an achievement,
Right.
Because it's such a beautiful film to be a part of.
Correct. So Meenakshi, through the shooting of the film, కొన్ని ఇంపార్టెంట్ థింగ్స్ విచ్ ఐ రియలీ లవ్డ్ అబౌట్ ద ఫిల్మ్ ఈజ్ ద క్యారెక్టరైజేషన్ ఆఫ్ మ్యాక్స్. The wonderful dog. It was like fantastic. I mean, every minute it's the end, towards the end when it is shot, it's like, oh my God. You feel so bad, so hurt. Anta impact create chesindi that Max ka character.
Absolutely.
And the second thing is about your costumes, right from the first scene till the end.
Correct.
Enta manchi Indian traditional sarees, and you wore some 1 or 2 western, but it was like very Indo-western kind of a look.
Right.
So how was that? Because see, you came from a place where it is very important to be good looking, to be presentable, to dress and hair and all such stuff. Here it is a very girl next door type.
Correct.
So how was the transformation?
I think to speak of first about Max, the real hero of the film. Which is what Sesh and Sailesh also say. The real hero is Max.
Right.
Sasha, real life name. But what a beautiful dog. It was so easy to work because otherwise it can normally be very difficult to, because they do not understand what is cut, what is action.
Right.
So he was trained in such a way that he was more patient than any actor on set. and the way, of course, the audiences have been emotionally attached to Max after watching Hit 2. But so are all the other actors on the film set also. It was a beautiful experience to, shoot with him.
I know.
And having said that, it's very beautifully written that he's the savior of the hero of the film.
Exactly.
So yeah, there is moods and emotions that happens with Max throughout the film, and you feel it. You feel when he's a hero, you feel when he's hurt, you feel when he's coming back.
Right.
So it's a very beautiful graph of the characters also. And having to talk about my character and the way I'm presented, I think this is the best I have been showcased so far out of all the films that have been released. And I say that with confidence because I know it is so relatable. There is no glam whatsoever. And Sailesh was very clear, he didn't want any makeup. He said, this is Arya's character. It has to be very basic. It has to look like she's somebody who works for the women. It has to be somebody who works in that space. And very relatable character. I said, okay. Now, I come from a very Miss India background.
Yeah, exactly.
So for me, I don't know how it's going to be. But he said, trust me, it'll look amazing. And it did. I was with very basic makeup and the outfits. All of that, even the house scenes, you're wearing nights, like how you would wear in your own house.
Exactly.
Pajamas and
tops.
Yeah. He wanted it to be so real to the real life of how you would be. So Arya is that. And he said, I want to keep it like that, which is very beautiful. So I think I have felt my best and my prettiest in this film.
Yeah, I know. You are very pretty. Especially the Urike Urike song. My God. And you made Sesh dance.
Yes.
All credits to you, Meenakshi. Because Sesh is one who's he gets ఇట్లా స్టక్ అయిపోతారు ఆయన డాన్స్ చేయాలంటే అమ్మా నో వే నా వల్ల కాదని బట్ హీ వాజ్ సో గుడ్ యూ మేడ్ హిమ్ డాన్స్ ఆన్ రీల్స్ యూ మేడ్ హిమ్ డాన్స్ ఆన్ ద స్టేజ్ in the college.
I think now he's also got the confidence to dance. He's understood the steps and that's the same step that he does, but he does it very nicely. Yeah.
And with someone who danced great with Ravi Teja. Oh my God. I saw two of your numbers. A dance sequences are yemanna chesara.
Right.
You were wonderful. You were trained in dancing also.
I have done, yes. I have done growing up. I've done a bit of classical dancing.
Oh, which one? Which classical?
So it was Bharatnatyam. So I just did for starting years when we were posted in Chennai, and then we got back. So I was into studies.
Oh, good.
But yeah.
So that also you learned.
I've done everything. Jack of all trades.
You're master also in many of them.
Some of them I try to be. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So that Urike Urike song is Vakati. It hit all the records.
Right.
It's millions and millions of views. And now everybody is listening in loop, including me. Urike Urike song, picturization also was so brilliantly done.
Correct.
And it was it was not that, what do you say, అంటే సినిమాల్లో జనరల్గా గ్లామరైజ్ చేసి చూపిస్తారు కదా ఒక వైఫ్ అండ్ హస్బెండ్ మధ్య ఒక రిలేషన్షిప్ ని అట్లా కాకుండా దిస్ ఆల్సో వాజ్ వెరీ రియల్ న్యాచురల్.
Yeah. No, definitely. I think for me, one thing I was very clear is that I don't want to be typecasted into one space. That she can only do glamour. Or that she can only do acting oriented. When I know for a fact I can balance both.
There you are the wife. I mean, wife means you are your live-in relation.
Yes.
So you are like his wife.
Correct. So it acted like that. The treatment was given like that to the whole film. So for me, I was very sure that, okay, if this is what the character is, I'm not going to divert. Even if it is a song, it has to be true to what it is. And what the director has envisioned, for the character, for the film. And he was very sure about what he wanted. And we were like, okay. So both of us, Sesh and I, we were just discussing because, there's so much of cute and romance in between. The chemistry has to be very organic.
Right.
And I really wanted to make sure that, that he's getting what he wants in that space. So, and he's very happy when we saw the song also. But it's very aesthetically, very beautifully put.
And I love the house,
Yeah, it is one of my favorite.
House ekkada cheppandi okasari vellali.
It's actually in Hyderabad, but it's 1 hour away. So every morning we had to travel to that place, to that location. It's outskirts. It is.
You should take me.
Definitely.
No, it's enta bagundo manchi bricks.
I took pictures and I'm like, I'm going to make a house like that.
Oh,
it's
wonderful.
Very beautiful.
Lopala, intlo, interiors, everything is so. Is someone living there?
Yeah. It's actually made. They made it. They designed it themselves.
Wonderful.
So
it looks very eco-friendly also. It is
very close to nature. It's how I would want a house when I have one.
Wonderful. Just tell me, నేను ఇదే క్వశ్చన్ శైలేష్ కూడా అడిగాను.
Yeah.
అంటే మీరంటే మీరు చాలా కాన్షియస్గా చెప్పాలి దీనికి ఆన్సర్. ఇప్పుడు ఈ రోజుల్లో మన కల్చర్, ట్రెడిషన్స్ అన్ని, వే ఆఫ్ థింకింగ్, థాట్ ప్రాసెస్ అన్ని మారుతున్నాయి. దిస్ జనరేషన్ ఈజ్ లైక్ థింకింగ్ డిఫరెంట్. దే ఆర్ నాట్ ద సేమ్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ అ జనరేషన్ విచ్ వీ హ్యాడ్ ఎర్లియర్. సో ఇట్స్ ఓకే విత్ లివ్ ఇన్ రిలేషన్షిప్స్, ఇట్స్ ఓకే getting pregnant before marriage or all such stuff. It's like it's accepted. It's accepted totally. So when this story was narrated and ee character, ee ammai character idi ani cheppinappudu, you had any questions or you said okay fine? What was that actually at that point of time?
So when he narrated the story to me, the only thing that I had in is like, how are you going to shoot? How are you going to shoot it? Because I was so convinced after he told the story, because not even one thing in the film is without any reason. There is a reason to why he's taking one shot. There is a reason why he's added live-in. There is a reason why he makes that, okay, she's going to be pregnant. And then the reason why the mother is told that, okay, we want to live in together and she's pregnant. So that is also dealt with very sensitively and nicely, which is the best thing about it. So we do not disregard the fact that, okay, there is a generation gap of the mother and Katie and Arya.
Correct.
But how Sailesh has dealt with that thing, and he said, okay, this is what they believe in, and this is what the mother thinks, and how do we deal with it? So that is very beautifully portrayed.
Correct.
And I also feel like in today's time and age, we've become so independent of our thoughts of how we want our life to be. We would want to be in a relationship to know if we can spend the rest of the life with somebody. I for one, I'm like that. I don't think I can go in a space knowing that the person that I'm going to be spending the rest of my life with, if I can even be with that person. So I think in today's time and age, we're in a space where we want to be okay with what we are doing and not be like, okay, get into it and then see it.
Right.
The stakes are high. We're so independent. Everybody's working today. Nobody wants to be sitting at home. Are you okay with that lifestyle? So I think it's a very new age thing, but it's also something that is evolving with time, and people are becoming okay with it. I see a lot of parents who are okay with it.
Right. So, I know. And that proposal coming from a girl, that's like amazing. And especially అలా అనేసి తల్లిని వాళ్ళు ఏదో బేఖాతరు చేసేసి ఏదో ఒక రిబెలియస్ గా ఐ విల్ డూ వాట్ ఎవర్ వి వాంట్ ఈ టైప్ లో కాకుండా
absolutely
they were like talking to her and explaining her.
Correct. Yeah. The whole sensitivity in handling a scene and an issue like that was very well done. So yeah,
exactly, when something has to happen, it will happen.
And it's two adults. It's not like they're kids. They're two adults who are working, who have a life, and they decide to do this together.
Right.
So it's a woman's body, and she decides to put it, okay, this is what I think. And they do get married. It's not like they don't eventually also. So, yeah.
Okay. So now when I talk about your life and career, ఇప్పుడు మీరు అన్నారు ఆల్రెడీ 5 ప్రాజెక్టులు చేశాను, ఇంకొక 7 లైనప్లో ఉన్నాయని. సో ఇట్స్ వెరీ గుడ్ టు హియర్. బట్ వాట్ ఆర్ ద జానరస్ గోయింగ్ టు బి? అంటే ఎలాంటి జానరస్ చేస్తున్నారు? అన్ని తెలుగేనా లేకపోతే వేరే లాంగ్వేజెస్ ఉన్నాయా ఏంటి? వాట్ ఇస్ ఇట్?
No, definitely Telugu, of course, it's something that I would want. This is my mother industry, and as in when I get an interesting script and story, I am all in. It does not matter what language it is in. And for me to be able to, I don't want to only do a certain set of scenes or a certain set of characters, not only glamorous, not only acting. I want to be able to have a balance of it all.
Okay.
So as long as the story has some scope for me to be able to portray and to give some importance in the film, I'm all game, because there is so many genres that you'd want to be. There is rom-com, there is thriller that I'm a part of. Then so many others. So I would love to explore as an actor whatever it is that comes my way, and different shades of characters also.
Correct.
So that will be interesting.
What about a complete de-glamored role?
Love it. I am dying to have a script that makes me have that character and I want to perform in that space. I would love it.
So for example, can you tell any of such films that you watched ante recent times or no? Which you felt that
I wish I was a part of it. So there's so many. When I saw Mahanati, I was like, I wish I got to play a biopic, like that. Or when I saw Samantha in Rangasthalam, I was like, that is the kind of raw, character I would want to play. And so many, like you look at films and you're like, I wish I could do that. So I have like a few in mind that I want to do that people have never seen, the audiences have never seen, completely de-glam, like no makeup whatsoever, very raw setting, and learn that. I would love to do a role like that.
So who are those actors, directors, and female leads that you really like of the recent times? నేను ఎప్పటి నుంచో అనట్లేదు, బట్ ఈ మధ్య కాలంలో ఒక 3-4 ఏళ్ళు 5 ఏళ్ళుగా
right.
బాగా మీకు బాగా నచ్చిన వాళ్ళు ఎవరు? Who are those people?
No, I have always been very inspired by Anushka Shetty's journey.
Oh, okay.
And also because I love her as a person. I really think she's a very wonderful person. Irrespective of the stardom she's achieved, she's still the same person.
Very humble.
Very humble. And I think that is the biggest sign of being somebody who's successful. And Samantha, like, she has fought all odds to be where she is, and she takes her job very seriously. And she's a fantastic actor. She works on her craft and is improving and evolving with every project that she's doing, which is so great to see.
Have you seen Family Man?
I saw, and I loved that character. Completely de-glam. To be that and do action sequences the way she's done in that is fantastic. So, those are the people I look up to. Those are the kind of roles I would want to see myself, and where I see myself also.
Yeah.
So definitely.
మీరు హిందీ ఫిల్మ్ ఇండస్ట్రీ గురించి ఎవరి గురించి చెప్పట్లేదు?
Oh, Alia Bhatt. Alia Bhatt is a classic example.
Yeah, you saw Darlings?
I saw all of her films. I'm a big fan of Alia Bhatt because I think that she's a fantastic actor. Her choice of films, projects that she's been a part of is completely different. Very hatke. It's not only about what it's every different thing that is content driven. Darlings is a completely content driven film.
I know.
So you do that and then
so de-glamored.
Absolutely. Then there is Gangubai, which is a Sanjay Leela Bhansali award, and it's so beautifully portrayed. So, those are the kind of people and actors that I look up to and I wish to have.
You will do, Meenakshi. You're still young.
Yes, just starting out. Fingers
started off, no?
Putting it in the universe.
Exactly. And what about directors?
So many. But definitely Sanjay Leela Bhansali sir, we just spoke about it, so I remembered. In the Telugu industry, we have so many. I would love to do a film with Shekhar Kamula sir. I am a big fan of how he's portrayed female characters in his films. It's something very heartwarming. And it's just so much of respect that is given. So I would love to work with him.
Wonderful. Super. You got a great choice.
Thank you.
Extremely good.
Thank you.
Okay. నేను విన్నాను మీరు ఏదో డీజే టిల్లు పార్ట్ 2లో చేస్తున్నారని. Is it right?
I mean, it's just like so many, what do you call it, film offers have been coming in, but I'm just taking my time and deciding what I want to go with next.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to take some time and then decide and choose the next project.
If that happens,
if
DJ Tillu sequel, if you act, that is going to be hit.
Yeah.
Because you're already a sequel actor. You've given hit to hit.
Ayyo, yeah, that is true though. That is true.
ఇది బయటికి వెళ్తే వాళ్ళు గ్యారెంటీగా వాళ్ళు పెట్టు.
I didn't think of it like that, but yeah.
Exactly, no?
Correct.
So a hit sequel you acted, it is a hit.
Right.
So DJ Tillu sequel.
So whatever sequel I act in will be hit.
That's like that. That's how it happens.
Sequel queen.
Sequel queen.
New title.
Exactly.
Right.
Okay. So which is that particular scene in Hit 2 that was actually, you felt it was like fantastic? I mean, like other than the climax.
Right.
Where you are there. అంటే మీరు పోర్ట్రే చేసిన ఏ పర్టిక్యులర్ సీన్ ఇట్ వాజ్ ఫెంటాస్టిక్ అండ్ బట్ యూ కుడెంట్ డూ ఇట్, యూ ట్రైడ్ అ లాట్, చాలా కష్టపడ్డారు అది చేయడానికి, అలాంటిది ఏమన్నా ఉందా ఆ సినిమాలో ఏదన్నా సీన్?
No, definitely. I think so. Sometimes the art of acting is to not act. And that can be the toughest thing. Exactly. At times, because you're constantly thinking you have to say your lines and you have to do this, you have to do that. So you're thinking about what you have to act. But there was this one particular scene wherein Sailesh didn't want me to act. He's like, just be. And sometimes that is the toughest thing to do. So I think there was this one scene wherein I go to KD and I tell him that, if you will not do it, then who will? And I just had to very casually say it. And he just said it, don't act, just say it. I said, okay. And I felt like that was a new way of working for me because I'm a very methodical actor. Like I do my scenes, I do my lines and like I already have a way of how I want to go about it and all that. So this was interesting.
Yeah. And ఆ సినిమాలో కూడా the 4 women, that is Seshu's mother character, Meeru and the other 2 women.
Yes.
మీ నలుగురు కూడా ఎంత బిందాస్ ఉంటారంటే యూ డోంట్ హ్యావ్ ఎనీ స్ట్రింగ్స్ అటాచ్, యు ఆర్ నాట్ ఇమోషనల్, యు ఆర్ నాట్ దట్ సెంటీ, యు ఆర్ నాట్ లైక్, యూ డోంట్ బ్రేక్ డౌన్ ఆన్ స్మాల్ థింగ్స్, వైల్ ద హీరో ఆల్వేస్ బ్రేక్స్ డౌన్.
Right.
ఐ ఆస్క్డ్ శైలేష్, ఎందుకలా మీరు అమ్మాయిలందరినీ చాలా స్ట్రాంగ్ గా చూపించి హీరోని అలా చూపించారు అని. And he said, I believe women are stronger than men.
Absolutely. The way he's portrayed also, all the female characters that you said, they're so strong,
Firm.
in the core.
They know what they have.
Very sorted. Very sorted. And they're not like emotionally driven in a way that they're very logical, and they're very rational about their things. From Arya working in a boutique that is run by women, to being a part of that, to all the other female characters in the film doing their job brilliantly. That is the reason they are part of that film.
Correct,
if you look at it, it's only 2 male characters, but rest of them are all females.
Okay.
So you look at it like that, only you understand the importance that women are given in different departments also.
Exactly.
So yeah.
సో ఇప్పుడు మదర్ ఈ సినిమా చూసి ఏమన్నారు? చూసారా మదర్ మమ్మీకి అర్థమవుతుందా తెలుగు?
She watches all my films. So yes, she saw that, and she loved it. She's like, why don't you dress up like that at home also? I'm like, yeah, mama. So every time she looks at something and she's like, why don't you do this? Why don't you dress up like that? I would love to see you like it. I'm like, you see it in the films only is good enough.
సో ఇంట్లో ఎలా ఉంటారు మరి మీరు?
No, she loved it. She's like, Arey, that sari looked very nice on you. That suit looked very nice on you. You looked very nice. She also thinks this is by far the best portrayal of me in the film, and she's very excited to see more work that comes in. And now she has started watching Telugu films because of me.
Wow.
Because now I'm a part of the industry.
Yes.
So yeah.
మీరు మేజర్ చూసారా?
Oh yeah.
ఓకే. సో మేజర్ చూసినప్పుడల్లా మీకు చాలా చాలా గుర్తొచ్చుంటాయి మీ లైఫ్, మీ ఫాదర్ జర్నీ,
Correct.
కొన్ని సీన్స్ లో, కొన్ని వాట్ ఎవర్ యూ మైట్ హ్యావ్ రిలేటెడ్ అ లాట్. కెన్ యూ షేర్ ఎనీ వన్ ఆఫ్ దోస్? అంటే అది చూస్తున్నప్పుడు, లేకపోతే సందీప్ ఉన్నికృష్ణన్ లైఫ్ గురించి మీరు తెలుసుకున్నప్పుడు, వాట్ డిడ్ యూ థింక్ అబౌట్ ది ఆర్మీ, ద పీపుల్ దేర్?
It's like Major Sandeep Unnikrishnan's life is a tribute to all the other people who've been, in the same space. But I remember my father during his training days. I still have those pictures and all. And
hey, by the way, your father is very good looking.
Thank you.
He's so handsome.
Thank you. He is. Yes, he is.
Yes.
In his younger days, even he was more, and he takes pride in that.
Yeah.
But
he must be 6-footer.
He is. He's 6'2".
6'2"?
Yes.
Oh, taller than Sesh.
My mother is the shortest in our family, and that is 5'7". So
oh my God,
that is the shortest.
That is the shortest.
Okay. So yeah, no, definitely I remember he was telling all his stories during his training days, how it was like when he had gone on certain missions in Jammu and Kashmir, how was his life like, and then we've also seen a bit of army life, the sacrifice that an army man makes, and the families behind always, for them it's the work that comes first, but it's also the family that they care about, and the bond that develops. My father was posted in a lot of field postings when I was growing up, so I did not get to see a lot of him when I was growing up, but it's just such fond memories of him coming on a chutti, getting something for us every time he'd be back, and what all stories he used to tell. So it's something that I'm always going to remember.
Exactly.
And that has helped me shape into the person I am today.
నేను ఇంకొకటి విన్నాను, మీ మదర్ డెలివరీ టైం అంటే వెన్ షీ వాజ్ డెలివరింగ్ యూ, మీ నాన్నగారు లేరంట ఆ రోజు. జస్ట్ డ్రాప్ సడన్లీ ఇన్ ద హాస్పిటల్.
He was posted in Leh at the time, and my mother was delivering in Chandigarh at the time. So he took a flight, and they were not letting him go.
Okay.
Because they were like, no, we cannot.
Just like a major scene only.
Yeah.
He comes for the girl.
Yes.
Like that.
My father came for his daughter.
Exactly.
So they were not letting him go. So he was like, I have to go. So what he did is what he said. This is a story which he tells in a very funny way. He increased his BP because if there is any medical emergency, you are directly put up in a hospital which is the closest to the base. So Chandigarh was the closest base. So his BP kind of increased when he came to the hospital. He was admitted there, but he went and he saw me in the ward where I had just.
God.
So my mom delivered me. It was just a few minutes, and he came in and he's like, okay, I finally saw my daughter. So it was like that.
So sweet, no? Wonderful.
Very filmy.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
You didn't tell Sesh about this?
No, I did not. But I think now I should. I didn't even share this anywhere. This is something that this is the first time I'm telling it.
See?
So it's on your
Wonderful.
interview now.
Super. Fantastic. Anyways, so it was wonderful talking to you,
Thank you.
Meenakshi.
Thank you.
Now I have 5 quick questions.
Okay.
ఇది అడిగిన తర్వాత మీరు ఆన్సర్స్ చెప్పాక నేను మీకు మంచి గిఫ్ట్ హ్యాంపర్ ఇస్తా.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. ఇంతవరకు ఎవరు ఇవ్వలేదు కదా. No one gave you a gift hamper, no?
Not yet.
Not
This
yet.
is the first
I'll give you. Yes.
Yes.
I'll give you 5 things. వీటిలలో మీరు మీ పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ ని మీరే అసెస్ చేసుకోవాలి. Out of 10.
Okay.
As a swimmer.
As a swimmer, 7.
7?
7.
ఎందుకు నాట్?
Didn't practice enough then later on. So 7. I left
మీరు
it.
ఏ లెవెల్ దాకా వెళ్ళారు?
State
level.
Yes. Yes.
You were a gold medalist?
I won gold and I won silver in 2 strokes. So one was breaststroke and the other was freestyle. So I won in that 100 meters.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Still you assess 7.
Yeah. There are better people, but yeah.
Okay. Badminton player.
Badminton, I would say 9.
9?
Yeah.
You still play?
I still play. Yeah.
ఎక్కడ ఆడతారు మీరు?
I actually played with Sesh few days back.
Oh.
So we had a tough competition because of his height.
Okay.
But yeah.
ఆయన గెలిచాడా?
No, both of us won. Both of us won
tie,
different sets. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Dentistry?
Dentistry, I would say 8, only because I'm not practicing it, but I love the subjects.
But you know everything in and out of that.
Yeah.
But you will practice one day.
Maybe later on, yeah. Maybe I might do something.
ఇప్పుడు టైటిల్స్ లో మీ పేరు మీనాక్షి చౌదరి అని రాకూడదు. డాక్టర్ మీనాక్షి చౌదరి అని రావాలి. మీరు అది ఇన్సిస్ట్ చేయాలి.
Yeah.
చేయాలి.
Done.
అంతే కదా?
Yes.
You are.
I have actually worked very hard.
అంటే అందరూకి పేర్లు ఉంటాయి, బట్ మీరు మెడిసిన్ చదివారు. నేను I told to Sai Pallavi also.
Yeah.
You should be Dr. Sai Pallavi.
Right. Definitely.
అంతే కదా?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Correct.
Actor.
I don't know if I am. I would say 7.
7.
Yeah.
All right. Daughter
10 on 10.
Wow, that's amazing.
That's something I don't have to think about. Yeah.
Okay, so you will go to any extent for your mom.
Oh yeah. Any extent, yes.
Okay, great. So one great quality of your mother and father that made you what you are today.
The fighting spirit.
ఇద్దరికి ఉందా?
They're both solid fighters. My father has been through a lot in his life to reach where he has and the life he's given us. And my mom, so has she. Both of them are such solid fighters in their own lives and they're so strong yet so gentle. That is a quality I wish I can inculcate in myself with the years to come.
మీరు ఎప్పుడైనా బాగా డౌన్ అయినప్పుడు, డల్ అయినప్పుడు, then you are like completely in your lowest of the lows. ఎస్పెషల్లీ యూ సెడ్ చాలా సందర్భాల్లో రిజెక్షన్స్ ఫేస్ చేశాను, కొన్ని హ్యూమిలియేషన్స్ కూడా అవుతుంటాయి. వాట్ ఈ రోల్ నీకు సెట్ కాదు, ఇట్లా ఏదో అంటారు కదా, సంథింగ్. సమ్టైమ్స్ యూ హియర్ పీపుల్ టాకింగ్ బిహైండ్ యువర్ బ్యాక్. సో హౌ డస్ దట్, వాట్ గోస్ త్రూ?
I think when you're in the public eye, you kind of give your life to the public. Whatever your ups, your downs, your success, your failure, it is all in the public eye. There will be people who love you, but there'll also be people who will hate you.
Exactly.
You can't please everybody. You can't make everybody fall in love with you. And that is the way it is. So initially, it really hurt me initially when I would see some comments which were very mean or which were not positive. And because I would take it to my heart, I'd be like, oh, why are they saying like that? But I didn't even do it like that. Things like that. It affects you. But later on, you do realize that, okay, it's not you. It's them in their own life dealing with something. And that is their way of putting it out.
Right.
Because there is no face to internet. Anybody can write anything. There is no validation getting in. It can be anybody writing whatever they feel like. So if they have that freedom, then I have the freedom to say, I don't want to see this.
I don't care.
I don't want to listen to this.
Right.
I will only focus on the positive. So there are days when you feel low, but then it is very important to have the right people around you.
Wonderful.
Who guide you and are always positive.
Great. Okay. One great moment while shooting with Sesh.
Great moment was, so I played a prank on him. So we do that all the time. Okay. So this one time, I think he got really scared. So I'm always on time. Okay. This is an army thing.
I know you're 5 minutes before I came.
Always. I'm always.
I told 4 o'clock. You come at 3:55.
Okay.
It is not fair.
So that's just how I am. I can't help it. Okay. So that was one day when I said, okay, I'm coming in, and they told him that, oh, the heroine is already there. So by this time, I'd already got this reputation that I'm always before time. So Sesh is always scared. He calls me and he's like, don't come at this time. I'm going to be 10 minutes late, so come at this time.
Okay.
So that is what happened one time, and I acted as if I'm angry because I've been waiting for 1 hour. I'd come 5 minutes before that only. So then he's like, I'm very sorry. I was like, it's okay. I played the whole thing. Everybody was laughing, and then later on, it's like, you know what? I came 5 minutes before you only, so it's okay.
Just pulling his leg.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. One line about these people. Sushant.
Oh, very humble and grounded. Very nice.
Raviteja.
Full energy. So much energy he has on set. It's crazy how he has that. I don't know where he gets it from. I really don't. I want to ask him. How does he have so much of energy?
He's like that from day one.
How is
Ever since he entered the industry, అప్పటి నుంచి ఇప్పటి వరకు ఆ మీటర్ అలాగే ఉంది.
This is unbelievable. His energy is unmatchable. Nobody can do that.
I know. Exactly.
Yeah.
Sesh.
Very methodical and very sorted. Very sorted.
Very focused, right?
Very focused. I have not seen any actor as hardworking as him. He gives it his 200%.
Yeah. Sailesh.
Sailesh is the best. There is nothing else but the best. I can never ever think of anything than him being the best.
మీ ఇద్దరి సిగ్నేచర్ రీల్ ఒకటి బాగుంది.
Correct.
అదేంటి అది కాన్షియస్ గా మీరు ఎక్కడ కలిసినా ఇదే అదొక పోజా?
If you look, he's also extremely multi-talented.
Like this all the time.
He's like this and I'm on him. So he's also a doctor, a scientist actually.
Yeah.
PhD he's done. He is a singer, which you know from the song that he's sung for the film.
Yeah.
He's a director. He's a writer. He can act also. He's done acting in the film also.
Yes, he did.
He's everything. He can do everything. So Sailesh is an all-rounder.
All-rounder.
Yeah.
Okay, great. 10 years from now.
10 years from
What's
now.
Meenakshi?
Meenakshii Chaudhary is a name that will be known. Like, I'm just putting it out there.
Wonderful. బాగా వినిపించే పేరు. మహానటిలో డైలాగ్.
Everybody will know who Meenakshii Chaudhary is.
Okay. And I know that you dance, you play sports, you swim, you act, and I know that you also sing. So now you should sing Urike Urike.
Oh God.
We'll close with this. And I'll give you a gift hamper.
I can't sing as good as Sailesh, but I'll just sing like 2-3 lines.
Yeah, please.
Please bear with me. My throat is...
That's fine.
Urike, urike, manase urike, durike, durike, varamai durike, yadake, yadake,
nadarike.
That's it.
I don't know.
But yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah, it was super talking to you.
Thank you so
Love
much.
you and many more successes ahead.
Absolutely.
I
hope many
best.
more interviews like this.
Yes, we will do many more.
Absolutely.
As and when you keep stepping up like that in your career.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Meenakshi.
Thank you, Prema garu. Hi guys, nenu me Meenakshii Chaudhary, and I just got done with the interview with Prema garu, which was a wonderful time, and I'm so excited for all of you guys to see it. So you can watch it on Prema the Journalist.
Yes, this is a gift hamper from Millet Bank for you.
Prema garu. This is so sweet and very healthy.